Hello everybody, welcome to MD Explains again. Welcome to another tutorial. So today I'm gonna talk about the skeletal system. So let's start with the human skeleton. The skeletal system. Our body is mainly comprised with bones. There are 206 bones in an adult, to be specific. There are also cartilage, joints and ligaments, which all make up around 20% of our body mass. So let's start with bones. There are mainly two sections in the human skeleton. The first one is the axial bones and the second one is known as appendicular bones. If we talk about the axial bones, these are mainly found in the head and torso. These are mainly made of skull, vertebral column and thoracic cages. And now if we talk about the second one, the appendicular bones, these are mainly found in the appendages or so-called limbs. These are made of arms, legs, pelvis and shoulders. So let's start with the axial bones first. The axial bone is mainly made up with the topmost part of our head, which is known as skull. This skull is a very fascinating part of our skeleton. This skull is mainly contains 22 bones. This skull is divided into two parts. The first one is cranial bones and the second one is facial bone. The cranial bone actually protects our brain and the facial bone actually gives a structure to our face. Most of the bones in the skull mainly contains of flat bones, and in the cranial these are connected to the suturated parts, which is known as suture. The cranium is mainly made of a bolt as well as a base. The base is divided into three fossae: the anterior cranial fossae, the middle cranial fossae and the posterior cranial fossae, and these are mainly contains cranial cavity, and this houses the brain. There are other cavities also: the ear cavity, the nasal cavity and the orbit cavity, which actually houses the eyes. Now there are mainly 8 cranial bones: the frontal bone, 2 large parietal bones, the occipital bone, 2 temporal bone, 1 sphenoid bone and 1 ethmoid bone, and these are connected by, as I have mentioned before, by sutures. These have specific names. These are coronal, sagittal, rhomboid, squamous and occipitomastoid sutures. We should also mention the foramina. These are the holes where nerves, arteries and veins mainly pass through. We should also notably mention the foramen magnum, which is at the base of the skull, and these are the holes where the spinal cord mainly pass through. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Till then, be safe and be with me.